Imagine a shark. I'm just kidding, you don't need to imagine shark because I drew one for you. So let me rephrase. Look at this shark, gliding effortlessly through the water with minimal resistance. Its skin covered in tiny grooves, a design perfected by nature to decrease resistance and conserve energy. Engineers have taken this concept and improved swimsuits and even airplane coatings. If something as simple as the skin of a shark can inspire such groundbreaking advancements, what else can we learn from natural designs to revolutionize the way we live? Let me start with the confession. I love gas-powered cars. There's something magical about the roar of the engine, the hum of the exhaust, and the feeling of connection when driving such a beautifully crafted machine. However, with the rise of electric cars and the increasing pressure to reduce emissions, it feels like the days of these mechanical marvels are numbered. I believe design can offer a lifeline, a way to keep these cars relevant in today's society while also addressing major environmental challenges we face. And in the case you don't find this topic interesting enough already, don't worry. By the end of this talk, all of you will have a free trip to Goa on me. Aerodynamics is the unsung hero of automotive efficiency. It determines how air flows over a body, directly impacting energy consumption. In fact, 40% of all energy losses in cars are due to air resistance, and this number increases for electric vehicles to a 60%. Now, we know that small design changes can have big impacts for fuel consumption and therefore emissions. Now, I know this sounds like engineering trivia, but let's look at numbers. Through a primary research I conducted on two common consumer cars in India, the Honda City and the Hyundai Creta, I tested the impact of small aerodynamic improvements such as a spoiler, a diffuser, or smoothening their bumpers. These had significant impact in reducing drag. For the Honda City, there was a 40% decrease in drag faced, and for the Hyundai Creta, there was a 17% decrease. Now, these aren't just random numbers. These have real-world improvements. The Honda City could now travel 10 more kilometers per each liter of fuel burned, and the Hyundai Creta could now travel 5 more kilometers per each liter of fuel burned. Yes, I'm talking about saving money on fuel. I can almost see your smiles through these blinding lights. Now, let's look at human impact. An average Indian travels about 6,000 kilometers on a highway each year. With a Honda City, this would mean he would be saving about 8,000 rupees, and with a Hyundai Creta, about 4,000 rupees. And while to some of you, these savings might not seem like a lot, but to the lower class families of India, this would mean more disposable income for necessities such as education, sanitation, and healthcare. On a national scale, these effects multiply. If only 10% of the cars in India had these changes done, we would save billions of liters of fuel. This not only reduces fuel prices for all of us, but it also means the government has more resources to spend on other sustainable technology. And at last, to the most important part, environmental impact. My research stated that there was a 17% reduction in the highway emissions of vans and cars. This translated to a decrease of about 9.4 million metric tons of CO2 gas released. To put that into context, that's like taking 4.3 million cars off the roads of India. And here's the exciting part. These optimizations that I keep bringing up aren't just for a select few vehicles. Almost anyone can make their car better, either adding a spoiler, a diffuser, or low resistance tires. This isn't rocket science. It's practical and accessible engineering, something I'm sure many of you can do yourselves. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, well, that sounds fine. But what about my free trip to Goa? Well, with the savings from improved mileage, you could literally fund your vacation. Imagine cruising across the Mumbai-Goa highway, knowing that listening to a TED talk paid for the trip. I would personally be very happy and definitely thank the speaker. Sorry, let's get back to the topic. For me, this isn't just a technical problem. It's a deeply personal one. I grew up loving the sound, the speed, the spirit of gas cars. Watching them fade away is like losing a part of automotive history. But what if we can make small design changes to improve their efficiency and make them more practical for the future? We can say what we love about these cars while making them part of the solution and not the problem. So what's the takeaway then? It's not just about spoilers or diffusers. It's about rethinking the way we design and recognizing that even small design changes can have big impacts for our cars, our environment, and the future. Because sometimes saving the things we love doesn't require a revolution. It just requires a spoiler.